जय।
बोले श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की, बोले लाडली लाल की. My most humble pranams to each one of you, dear devotees. Devotees, let us all take a deep breath. Breathe in Ra and breathe out De. Have your eyes closed. Think of the Supreme Almighty Lord. Try to meditate on the divine form of the Supreme Almighty Godhead Personality, Sri Radha Krishna, in the most beautiful Nikunj, in Kadam Ter, where there are dense Kadamb trees, the most divinely beautiful Kadamb Briksh trees, and supremely unique and divine, magnificent Jhula swing is put very beautifully on the branches of the Kadamb tree. Sri Radha Krishna are seated in this divine Kadamb Ter, Kadamb Briksha swing, which is decorated by all the pure, unconditional, Nishkam Madhurya Bhav Sakhis, Gopis, Ashtamaha Sakhis. And they have put the seat on the swing on which Sri Radha Krishna are seated, made out of chandan, sandalwood, and the entire swing is decorated with flowers, the most sweetest, scented, fragrant, beautiful, divinely beautiful flowers. Remembering beloved Sri Radha Krishna in Nikunja, swinging on this swing, let us all pay our most humble obeisance to our Supreme Divine Beloved God and Guru, and then we shall proceed further with the program this morning. Mannathah Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarva Bhutatma Kripalu Gurave Namah. Guru Raradhanadishcha Guru Paramadaivat Guru Paritaram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave ध्येयं सदा परिभवद् नमभीष्टदोहम् तीर्थास्पदं शिवविरिञ्चिनुतं शरण्यं भृत्यार्तिहं प्रणतपालभवाब्धिपोतम् वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दम् यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ब्रह्मदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। आनंद कंद सच्चिदानंद श्री कृष्ण चंद्र चरणारविंद मकरंद मिलिंद महानुभाव. The blessed souls, eternal and divine, let us all chant the holy name of the Lord for a few minutes, and then I shall talk on the significance of the Shravan Maas, this month of Sawan, this rainy season, and Haryali Teej festival that is celebrated all over the world by those who have their faith in the Vedic Sanatan Dharma, Siddhanta. But first of all, let us all chant the glories of the Lord's name. Once again doing Roop Dhyan, taking yourself to Nikunj. Once again to that most beautiful string that has been put up by the Sakhis, hanging down from the Kadamba tree, where our beloved Sri Radha Krishna are seated and the Sakhis are swinging them. Let us all remembering our divine beloved, doing Roop Dhyan, chant the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala. 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 Ghar Govind Gopala.
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda
Gopala. वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की
जय।
बोले श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की
Jai.
Dear devotees, try to listen to this discourse with your full attention, undivided attention, very attentively. Listen to what I have to share with you all. Haryali Teej, very famous festival in India and all over the world, where the devotees of the Vedic Sanatan Dharma, Siddhant philosophy live. We can, in our simple words, call it the Green Day. That particular day of Haryali Teej, which is going to be on the 11th, which is a Wednesday, over here, and it will be Tuesday in India. This is when the third day, that is Teej, which means the third day of the lunar month would come. However, Haryali itself means green. Everything is lush, rich, green, and beautiful during this rainy season. Even here we can see all the greeneries. And there is a very special place in Vrindavan, and it is the most auspicious and supremely divine and perfect spot for Sri Radha and Krishna to enact the most intimate Nikunja Ras pastimes, along with only the deserving Sakhis, Gopis of the Madhurya Bhav, and in that to Tat Tat Bhav Echamai, which means who are completely unconditional and unselfish in their love. Nishkam Madhurya Bhav, Gopis. So Sakam, Nishkam Madhurya Bhav, those who have a little bit of selfishness in their unconditional love, they are not allowed in Braj. What to say of Nikunja? Impossible is the entrance for those who have selfish love or selfish plus unselfish love towards Sham Sundar. In other words, the Sadharani Rati, Gopis, and the Samanjasa Rati, Gopis, lovers, devotees, do not have permission to enter into Braj. Vrindavan, Barsana, Braj, Nandagaon, Govardhan, Ras. So Braj includes all these areas. However, it is the Madhurya Bhav devotees, and they have to be of Samartharati. Samartharati, Prem, the pure unconditional lovers, which we have no idea, no notion of. So you'd say, why am I talking about it? Because we have to aim to become unconditional, unselfish. First, we will have to start in this material world. Charity begins at home. And then we can rise in this kind of sentiment, feelings, love for the beloved in the spiritual world. We are very deeply rooted with selfishness. So our minds cannot understand what this unconditional, unselfish love is. Even when we come to the mandir, temple, there is some desire in our hearts. We will be graced, we will be blessed. Oh, Didi ji, please put your hand on my head and bless me. All these ichhas, kamanas, these desires. And then there are the very subtle desires which we do not even know about, which we are rather not aware of, because it has become a part of our every breath and life. So unconditional love, unselfish love, of course, it cannot be practiced in this material world with material people, mic people, but we need to start to work on it in this material world itself to become more and more and more unselfish. In other words, by curbing our desires, by getting our kamanas, our ichhas, our desires less and less and less for selfish pleasures, for sensual pleasures. And then start working in the spiritual way by practicing a lot of devotion and sadhana to God and Guru in the unconditional manner, where there is no thought whatsoever about material gains. Be it bhukti or be it mukti even that spiritual gain of moksha. No, I don't desire for bhukti or mukti. Bhukti means all the materialistic desires right up to abode of Brahma. And mukti means beyond the abode of Brahma, now in the divine realm, in the divine kingdom, but still having desires. No. No desires for moksha even. So once we start to practice with this kind of very conscious understanding, thought and feeling, then we, when put our effort to become unconditional in our devotion and love, God and Guru will grace us by awakening our dormant wisdom, love for the beloved, and grace us to become more and more unconditional. So it all depends on our practical sadhana, our devotional practice. Celebrating any festival, be it Haryali Tej, or be it Nag Panchami, or be it any festival. Nag Panchami falls 2 days after Haryali Tej, so it will be on Friday. And the significance of that would be revealed to you in my next talk on Sunday. But regardless of what festival we are celebrating, the significance or the importance of celebrating any festival is to enhance, to increase our love and our devotion at the divine lotus feet of our supreme divine beloved God and Guru. And here, once again, emphasis is given to us by the greatest of the rasiks, the Madhurya Bhav, Tat Tat Bhave Chamai, which means whose desires are only the desires of their beloved Sri Radha Krishna. They do not have their personal desires, any kind of desire. They do not have any desire for anything, whether you give darshan or don't give darshan. This devotee, this rasik saint of Madhurya Bhav, of Tat Tat Bhave Chamai, lives the life carrying out the wish and the desire of the beloved. Your ichha is my ichha. Jaise rakhe saiya, taise rahu main. What you wish, is how I live. So in that, very negative things may come in my life, but I will take it as the greatest grace and wish of my beloved and live my life through. And the best of the things may come again. The same feeling, His grace. So this is Tat Tat Bhavit Chamai. Now gopis of this kind of bhav, they enjoy Brajras, but this Madhurya Bhav Param Nishkam Tat Tat Bhavit Chamai gopis of Samartharati, whose relationship with Shyam Sundar or with Sri Radharani, Sri Radha Krishna, is exclusive, ananya, and exclusively this relationship is of Madhurya nature, which means that Shyam Sundar is my all in all. Sri Radha Krishna, they are my every relation. So such Braj gopis enter into Brajras and enjoy the Brajras. However, who is deserving to enter into Nikunj? The Sakhis of the gopis of the Madhurya Bhav Tat Tat Bhavet Chamai Nishkam gopis, exclusively devoted to Sri Radha Krishna, Ananya gopis. But these gopis are of the Mahabhav state. There are gopis of different bhavs as well. So the Mahabhav state. And these gopis are basically the governors of Swarup Shakti. Governors of Swarup Shakti, of the Yogamaya Shakti. And most of them are pratibimba of Sri Radha Krishna, expansion of Sri Radha Krishna, like the Asht Maha Sakhis. They alone are deserving devotees, rasiks, sakhis, to enter into Nikunj and enjoy the Nikunj ras. Kunj, all the sakhis and gopis are allowed, but Nikunj, selective. And then from Nikunj, there is Nirbhit Nikunj, where Radha Krishna alone do the divine pastimes, enact the divine pastimes, and the Sakhis hiding secretly sometimes in some leelas can enter. But Bhagavan Shankar, Lord Shiv, also comes to Nikunj and enjoys this Nikunj ras to his utmost by, of course, he takes a gopi form in order to enter the Braj. Only gopi form is allowed to enter into this Braj ras of the Nikunj Madhuri. But here, Lord Shiva sometimes comes as a gopi in that same gopi form, but other times he would take a form of the most beautiful bird and sit on perhaps the Kadamba tree itself or on one of the trees under which Sri Radha Krishna are performing their divine pastimes. When we will chant a pad, which I'm going to explain to you all, and then we are going to sing, do your Roop Dhyan accordingly. Thus, on this Haryali Tej, the main importance is to be given by us is to enhance our bhakti. In other words, get our minds detached or taken away from the Maya world, Maya attachment, and get it engrossed and attached with love in Radha Krishna, in Braj Gopis, and try to become a part of that Leela, or try to yearn to become a part in that Leela and enjoy that ras. So whether it's the feeling of milan or feeling of viraha where the heart is longing to be the part in that Leela, milan where the heart is now enjoying that ras, being there, being present there. It's all up to the devotees, depending on their level of sadhana, level of devotion, their bhav, that they can enjoy the sweetness of the divine nectarine pad sankirtans written by our most beloved Gurudev Jagadguruttam Swami Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu. It reminds me when he was writing the Prem Ras Madira Part 1 and Part 2. At that time, during that time period, he also visited Vrindavan, Barsana, many times. And once he took a group of devotees. There used to be about 45, 50 devotees or 60 devotees during those days, who were the greatest enjoyers of the Rasik saints and of Sri Radha Krishna love, and they would drown themselves and get drenched in the divine nectarine pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna, or in the chantings when Maharaji would start to sing. So Sri Maharaji took these devotees to Kadamba Ter. Now this Kadamba Ter is the most auspicious place where the divine pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna are enacted. It is the Leela Sthali, which is mostly enjoyed by the Maharasiks of Mahabhav, state of love. When Sri Maharaji took the devotees, of course the devotees are not God realized, not all of them, probably some of them would have been, but when devotees were taken by Sri Maharaji sat under a Kadamba tree in this Kadamba Ter, where Sri Radha Krishna used to perform their most intimate secret divine pastimes, Leelas, when they were on this earth planet. So under one Kadam tree, which was very dense, and under that canopy, Sri Maharaji sat against the trunk of the tree, leaning against the trunk of the tree, asked for a pen and a notebook. One of the devotees handed a pen and the notebook to Sri Maharaji. Sri Maharaji was in his divine ecstatic bhav state. He already entered into that Mahabhav ecstasy as he was coming even to Kadam Ter. But when he got seated, took his seat, then at that time he was in complete state of Mahabhav. But the highest class of the Rasiks, when they enter into Mahabhav, they can perform actions, just like you and I. It's not that they will lose consciousness. They're very much aware. And at the same time, they're drowned in their ecstatic bhav. It's a very special, very unique, very divine state, which again our minds would fail to comprehend at the moment. But hear about it, because one day we are all going to progress in our devotional practice, and that day all this gyan will become very handy to us, all this knowledge. So Sri Maharaj sat against the Kadamba tree, against the trunk of the tree. Devotees quickly ran and rushed to put a sheet, to spread a sheet under Maharaji, but Maharaji was very fast. He was in his ecstatic state. He was very extremely fast, and nobody could understand, where Maharaji was heading towards and when Maharaji would be seated. So they could not spread the sheet they had brought to put under Maharaji. So Maharaji sat right on that ground, which he already was aiming to do anyway. Sri Radha Krishna, the Prana Vallabh, have enacted the divine pastime seated on this earth. So of course Sri Maharaji was not going to have any little even disturbance, even of that sheet coming in between the ground and him. So Sri Maharaji sat on the earth, on the ground, and in his ecstatic state, he started to hum a chant. He was just humming, nobody could hear the words, and started to write something related to Premras Madhira pads of Viraha Madhuri of Sri Radha Krishna. Sri Radha Krishna's Viraha. It is intense pain in the longing of the beloved. This is Viraha. But that pain gives even much more intense joy in the heart of the Virahani, the one who is going through this pain of separation. So, something related to Radha Krishna Viraha Madhuri, Sri Maharaji was humming and he was writing. He was actually at that time writing down the words that was coming in his bhav. And tears were gushing down. Maharaji's whole face was wet with this tears of love, tears of remembrance, tears of viraha. And he continuously was humming the words and writing. When he wrote one sentence, the one line of that chant was finished, as he'd put a dot mark, devotees seated right in front of him. Once again, our Bade Bhaiya was seated right in front of Maharaji. Little young boy he was. And he was very, very curiously and intensely watching his father, who is his guru as well. And shares this most beautiful experience that as soon as one sentence of that chant would be finished, one leaf of the Kadamba tree would fall on Sri Maharaji's lap like a tear drop. It would be seen like a tear drop, a divine tear drop, very unusual teardrop from the Kadamba tree in the form of that leaf would be dropped on Maharaji's lap. Again he would be humming, and again he'd be writing that chant, and as soon as the second line would finish, another leaf would drop. And the very close devotees seated very close to Sri Maharaji, in fact, very intently looked at the leaves that were dropped on Maharaji's lap. Each and every leaf was soaked, wet. It was soaking in water as if it just came out from, or it was rather soaked into water. It was so wet, so wet. This is the significance of Kadamba Ter, of Kadamba Briksh. These trees Sri Maharaji showed to the devotees through this are no ordinary souls in the form of trees. No, divine trees. And Kadamba tree, the most blessed, the most honored, divinely the supreme tree amongst all the tree. Can you see a Kadam tree right in the altar in our shrine? That is why Kadamba tree is here. This is Kadamba tree. It has got that orange yellowish looking fruit. It has got the leaves, and the flowers of Kadamba tree are very pale yellow. Now the root of Kadamba tree in our Ayurvedic science, in the traditional medicine, the root of Kadamba tree is used even for our physical healing. If there is a poisonous bite, it cures that. Poison, it takes out. Treats the person if one gets poisonous bite, like from snakes, etc., scorpion, etc. And then this Kadamba tree root is also used to treat any muscular pain, physical muscular pain, any kind of fever. Who knows, even this kind of COVID virus could have been treated and can be treated. The root is so very medicinal. So is the trunk of the tree. So are the leaves of this tree. And so are the fruits of the Kadamba tree. They're used for treatments, very rich in their medicinal values. The trunk of the tree is used for to treat rheumatic arthritis, and the leaves of this tree is used to alleviate pain and swelling. No wonder why these leaves were falling on Sri Maharaj's lap. There is the physical pain that we get and swelling of our legs, hands, body, etc. But there is this internal viraha pain. And alleviating that viraha pain, perhaps for that reason also, the Kadamba leaves are falling in the form of tears, giving little bit of that calmness to the Virahagani. Thus, Kadamba tree, all in all, physically, scientifically, and spiritually, is the most perfect, supremely, divinely perfect tree. And that is where Kadamba Ter is, and Haryali Tej is the most adorable, the most loving, you can say, the most enchanting leelas of our Bake Bihari Lal, of our Krishna. Haryali Tej. Because this is the occasion when, throughout the Shravan Mas, this month of Savan, this rainy season, the whole month, Sri Krishna would be ornating and decorating Sri Radharani with various sweet, scented, fragrant flowers. Phulo ka shingar would also get, because there would be lots of henna, mehendi, leaves, green, all green everywhere. So green mehendi leaves, henna leaves available. So Shyam Sundar will get it grounded. Himself, he will grind it on a grinding stone, not automatic machines. No, he'll pick it himself, the best of the leaves, and then he will grind it on the grinding stone, on the grinding rock. And then he will collect the leaves and extract the juice. And then he will make most perfect, beautiful, divine designs on Kishoriji's palms and decorate the divine lotus charan of Kishoriji with that henna leaf and the henna leaf juice color. And the color turns reddish, orangish. Mehendi. All the Shringar, the highest ras is the Shringar ras. Nothing can surpass Shringar ras. And the entire Shringar ras is during the time of Shravan Mas, during this season of Haryali Tej, Shravan Mas. And ornated and decorated Kishoriji then would be ushered to sit on the most beautiful swings that have been prepared by the Sakhis, Ashta Sakhis. And it would be most of the time that Radha Rani would be seated on the swing, Shyam Sundar will be swinging, and other times Radha Rani would have a very strong desire to have Shyam Sundar next to her on the swing, so that would happen because Shyam Sundar is subservient to Kishoriji. Whatever Kishoriji wishes for, Shyam Sundar automatically, without question and with full of joy, follows and carries out. But there would be other times there'd be a Man Leela going on. Because today, Kishoriji has thought that she's going to swing, while Shyam Sundar thinks that he is going to swing, and then there will be a bit of a confusion because it's a mental thing going on. Nobody speaks to nobody. So when Kishoriji is asking Shyam Sundar to sit, he's not sitting on the swing. When Shyam Sundar is requesting Kishoriji to sit on the swing, she's not sitting, and the gopis are wondering what's happening. And then Lalita Sakhi, Chatur Mahachatur, or Vishakha Sakhi, these Ashta Sakhis, they understand the whole thing, and they say, ha, what a rus of Manamadari. Let's enjoy a bit. But then, before this explodes, this rus explodes, and the whole thing explodes, immediately the Sakhis would come and say to Shyam Sundar, you have always been the one who would swing Kishoriji. So what is so unnatural today? So just go and do what she wishes. You are subservient anyway to Kishoriji's wish and desire. Shyam Sundar will say that, thank you so much. He'd bow down at the Sakhis, again and again putting his mukut, because the Sakhis have helped break the man. These are Leelas. Now, a lot of time devotees wanted me to talk about Leelas and do Rup Dhyan. And when I start doing this, then you say, Didi ji, what are you doing? You are taking us somewhere else. Of course, I'm taking you somewhere else. None of the Leelas of the divine phenomenon are of our worldly planet. And it should not be comprehended by this mind. But I'm just trying to tell you, like people talk about fairy tale stories. This is not a fairy tale story. These are divine pastimes. So just to give you a glimpse of doing Rup Dhyan on the divine pastimes, what it's all about. As you keep on doing your sadhana in your own manner, trying to get your minds attached to God and Guru, and trying to get your minds detached from the world, Kripa, grace will enable us to enjoy these ras. We can't enjoy the ras, the divine nectar of these divine pastimes at this moment, but we need to know about it so that we can start to aim to enjoy it one day. So my purpose here is not to make you enjoy this ras. My purpose here is to make you all understand about Roop Dhyan. What we need to do, how we need to do, is to get these kinds of pad, these kinds of chantings, where such divine pastimes are being enacted, and to try to take ourselves into this divine Nikunja Kunja with our minds in this divine phenomenon in the Braj with Sri Radha Krishna with the Sakhis, and have a picture of it in our hearts and minds. Have a picture of it in our hearts. I'm not saying the word imagine, because imagine, then you will only stay on imagination and you will not grow out of imagination. So you have to grow out of imagination. You can't just imagine just like a fairy tale story is being told. No, we need to take ourselves, be a part of that Kunj or that Nikunj Leela. And then we have to start internally, mentally, also picturize the Kunj, the Nikunj, the Kadamba Briksha tree, the Jhula, the swing, Sri Radha, Sri Krishna, Sham Sundar, ornating and decorating Sri Radha Rani. In this particular pad that we are going to chant today, it is a Nikunj Ras Leela. And in this Nikunj Ras Leela, it is Prem Ras Madhura Book 2, Part 2, Nikunj Madhuri, and the pad number is number 27. In this Nikunj Ras Leela, Sham Sundar is ornating and decorating Sri Radharani. Number one thing he's doing is trying to braid Kishoriji's hair. So let's see what is going on in this Nikunj and what kind of ras is being poured under this Kadamba Briksha in Nikunj. रसिकन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम 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 रसिकन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम. Kishori ji is seated under this most beautiful Kadamba tree, and Shyam Sundar is trying to braid Kishori ji's most beautiful, long, dark, black, divine hair. Kishori ji turns towards Shyam Sundar and says, "You are giving a very bad name to all the Rasik saints." Instead of saying, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it, like we people do, all from here, from our lips. And even if it's from our heart, it's all drowned with selfishness, swarth. If I don't say thank you, then this fellow will feel very bad. And then when he'll be hurt or when he'll feel bad, then maybe next time he's not going to do things for me, etc., etc. You know how damn selfish we all are. So, here, this is pure unconditional love. There is no chapalosi going on here. You know chapalosi, right? Yeah. There's no buttering here. There is no coating of the sugar here. It's very clean, clear. Everything is very honest, sincere, and very unconditional and very pure and divine. This is what Sri Radha Krishna are trying to tell us as well. Thus, teasingly only, not in true sense. In true sense, understand, Shyam Sundar and Radharani, they are one and the same. अद्वितीय एक तत्व है, राधा तत्व प्रधान, या को दूजो रूप है, स्वयं कृष्ण भगवान, जोई राधा सोई कृष्ण है, इनमें भेद न मान, एक है लादनी शक्ति अरु, शक्तिमान एक जान. भक्ति शतक by जगत गुरुत्तम स्वामी श्री कृपालु महाप्रभु जी. ये यम राधा यश्च कृष्णो रसाब्धेर, says the Vedas. Thus, in the Vedic mantras, there are lots of mantras also talking about Sri Radha Krishna being one and the same. Thus, not going too much into detail of that, coming back to the Leela that is taking place, teasingly Kishori ji is saying to Shyam Sundar that you are giving a very bad name to all the Rasiks. Why is she saying this? When Shyam Sundar, with all love, and with full of joy, and full of nishkamta, unconditional love, is trying to decorate, ornate Kishori ji, and first of all is starting to comb and braid Radharani's beautiful hair. Why Kishori ji turns towards Shyam Sundar, who is attempting to ornate, decorate, and braid her hair, is saying that you are giving a bad name to the Rasiks, all the Rasik saints. The Rasik saints are the saints who are purely unconditional in their love, and they do all sorts of decorations, ornations, and these are all the Braj gopis, and their everything they do with Shyam Sundar is so full of love and joy and perfection. But here, the love and joy could be there, but the perfection is missing, it seems. That's why Radharani is saying teasingly that you are giving a bad name to the Rasik saints. Let's find out why she's saying this. रसिकन नाम लजायो, श्याम तुम रसिकन नाम लजायो, श्याम तुम सब दीन ग्वार गवारन संग लय, सब दीन ग्वार गवारन बन ठोर चरायो श्याम तुम बन बन ढोर
चरायो श्याम तुम
बन बन ढोर चरायो श्याम तुम बन बन ढोर
चरायो श्याम तुम
रसिकन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम
रसिकन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम
वेणी गुहत केश उर्झावत वेणी गुहत केश उर्झावत कीन गुरु तो ही सिखायो श्याम तुम कीन गुरु
तो ही सिखायो श्याम तुम
Kishori ji Radharani is teasingly saying to Shyam Sundar, day and night, all day, not night, but yeah, most of the part of the early evening, all day long you are grazing cows with those illiterate cowhead boys, Gwal Balas, the illiterate uneducated. So, असर पड़ गया तुम्हारे ऊपर. गंवारों के साथ साथ रहकर तू भी गंवार हो गया बिल्कुल. With those illiterate cowherd boys, staying with them all day long, grazing cows with them, you have also become a complete illiterate like them. Complete gawar like them. And why is Kishori ji saying this, and why is she scolding teasingly Shyam Sundar when he's trying his best with full of love and joy to ornate the hair of Sri Radharani? Because Sri Radharani gives the reason here, Veni guhata kesh urjhavat. You are trying to braid my hair, but while you are trying to braid my hair, instead of braiding my hair and putting it so nice and beautiful and neat and tidy, you are making it absolutely untidy by entangling my hair. Just imagine somebody tries to comb and braid your hair and starts to entangle that hair instead. So you are making my hair look so untidy, and also you have entangled my hair to that extent that you are just putting a shame onto this name of the Rasiks. Because you are Rasik Var, remember? He's Rasik Var. So he's giving a bad name. He's trying to do something which Rasiks would do so beautifully and so perfectly, so nicely. Here you are doing everything the very opposite. Rasikan naam lajayo Shyam tum rasikan naam
श्याम तुम
लखी सखियन हंसी हैं बस करू हटू सखियन हंसी है बस करू हटू लट छूटी मोही भायो श्याम तुम लट छूटी
मोही भायो श्याम तुम.
So instead of braiding my hair, you are entangling my hair. Where did you learn this art of braiding hair? Who is your guru? In other words, what kind of guru you have had? Who has taught you about braiding the hair? So, kina guru tohi sikhayo? Which teacher has taught you? Who is your guru who has taught you this art of braiding hair? My sakhis would see both of us, and they would not stop laughing at us. So, Sakhiyan hasi bas karu hatu. So you please stop it right now. Please stop braiding my hair right now and go and sit far away. So nobody comes to know who has entangled my hair this much. You go and sit there, because when my sakhis would be coming any moment, and when they'll see us, they will just not stop laughing at us and making fun at us. Looking at my entangled hair and looking at you doing all this work of trying to braid and instead making my hair more untidy and entangled. So you go far away and sit there. And I would rather have my hair just fallen the way it was already there. I'd rather have it hanging loose with no braid and just fallen, rather than braiding it when you don't even know how to braid. Rasikan naam lajayo sham tum rasikan naam
लजायो श्याम तुम.
कुसुम गुच्छइमि धरत शीश जनु.
कुसुम
गुच्छइमि धरत शीश जनु. शिव प्रतिमा ही चढ़ायो श्याम तुम शिव प्रतिमा ही
चढ़ायो श्याम तुम.
सीखन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम रसिकन नाम
चढ़ायो श्याम तुम.
व्यजन करत पुनि गिरत कुसुम जनु. व्यजन करत पुनि गिरत कुसुम जनु. झंझावात चलायो श्याम तुम झंझावात
चलाय श्याम
moreover, when you decorate my hair with the beautiful flowers, then you are putting those flowers on my hair, offering just like one offers the flowers on the Shiva Lingam, on Shivji, on Shivji's head or Shivji's Lingam, just as one does the offering on Shivji, you are just decorating the flowers in that manner. In other words, you are just showering the flowers as if it is showered on the idol of Lord Shiva, on the idol of Lord Shiva. So, I mean, is that decorating? Is that ornating? And then you start fanning me. Because you are doing all the sevas, he tries to do the sevas like Sakhis are trying to do. Like Rasiks do seva to Rasik Shiromani Radha Rani. But he doesn't know the ways of doing seva. And that's what Kishoriji is teasingly saying. Always remember, seva word comes from Krishna. Seva itself is ashamed in front of Krishna. But this is a Leela going. That's why it's known as Leela. So teasingly, Radharani, so that we devotees can enjoy the divine pastimes. This ras is being showered. So teasingly, Radharani is saying, you are trying to decorate my hair with these flowers, both most beautiful flowers, as if one is showering the offerings of flowers on the idol of Lord Shiva's head. And then when you start to fan me, you are fanning it so hard, so strong, so fast, that it's like a windstorm that is blowing. And it is blowing away all those flowers from my hair away, down on the ground. So, what are you trying to do, Shyam Sundar? Dhani kripalu tum rasik shiromani dhani
Kripalu tum rasik shiromani
धनी जीन तो ही निभाय श्याम तुम धनी जीन तो ही निभायो श्याम तुम रसिकन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम रसिकन नाम लजायो श्याम तुम धनी कृपालु तुम रसिक शिरोमणि. वाह, धन्य है आपको. Glories to all the crest jewel of the Rasik saints, all the Rasiks. The crest jewel of all the Rasiks is Shyam Sundar. Glory to you, Shyam Sundar. Such an illiterate person can be the crest jewel of the Rasiks. Wow! This is known as pun, play on word. And this play on word can be in a teasing manner and in a positive way, also in the appreciation manner. So glory to the crest jewel of all the Rasiks. And then again, wah, glory to you, dhanya ho tumhara. The most illiterate, who is also trying to be called the crest jewel of the Rasiks. But in true sense, he is the crest jewels of Rasik, right? He is Rasikavar. So, Dhani Kripa, Jagat Guru Sri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, our beloved Gurudev here, is then saying, concluding that glory to Rasik Shiromani Shyam Sundar and Dhani Jin Tohi Nibhayo. And again, the whole sentence is a play on word. It can be taken both ways. So, glory to Kishori Ji, to Radharani, who is putting up with such an illiterate person. who is trying to be the crest jewel of Rasiks. But glory to the crest jewel of Rasiks, Shyam Sundar Rasikvar in true sense. And glory to our beloved Sri Radha Rani, who is the main source of this entire Ras, the embodiment of this Ras and Leela. Glory to Kishori ji, to Radha, glory to Shyam Sundar, our beloved Shyam Sundar, who are trying to drown the devotees in the love and devotion and the Ras Leelas of theirs. Boliye Ladali Lal ki Jai. Boliye Rasik Shiromani Shyam Sundar ki. बोलिए रसिक शिरोमणि श्री राधा रानी की जय. बोलिए श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. So this was the Leela. I always have to look at the time, and I always have to then start rushing. You know, all the pads by Sri Maharaj Ji, and you know, this field and this phenomenon of love and devotion cannot be bound by time. But it is so sad that we live and dwell in this selfish material world where everything is so much bonded with time. But when we die, then, oh God, we have to always remember that we can drop that today. So don't bind ourselves, at least when it comes to devotion, practice of devotion. Everything can be dropped off. But maybe we will one day get the grace of God and Guru and learn this and practice this, that we don't bind ourselves when it comes to your sadhana and practice. Just keep on doing it as long as you can. Continue to drink the nectar. So, but since we are in this material world, let us all now give Vishram, rest to this Leela, go home thinking about it, doing Roop Dhyan, and I think there are some announcement that is to be made, and after that we will stand up for the Aarti. Boliye Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki.